Alright, here we are in Yosemite National Park. We just picked up our permit at Tuolumne Meadows and we're heading down the Muir trail. Gotta make it 4 miles tonight before we can camp, but it's mostly flat. We're at 8,600 feet right now, so quite a bit up from Minnesota's 1,000 feet. This right here is the Lyle Canyon trailhead, which is technically where our permit starts. 12 miles from Donahue Pass, which is our next our first big challenge. So not sure how many miles we'll end up making today, but at least 4, and then we might do some side trails as well. It's incredibly beautiful out here. Hiked about 2 miles so far. Been going pretty slowly acclimating to the elevation, but I mean, just look behind me here. It's gorgeous. Found this nice spot along the river here to have lunch. For our lunch is why we're out here. We have beef jerky, banana chips, and Cliff Bars. We have a couple different flavors of Cliff Bars. And then we also got some different drinks, some liquid IV and some Tang. Tastes pretty good after a morning of hiking. Made it into camp and got set up. Both kind of took some showers, or kind of showers. We just used some water and some soap that we got. Here's our camp setup. You can see we got the clothesline set up right here. Then there's this nice little stone table that we're using. We got the tent. It's not terribly cold, but we're both wearing long sleeves and hoods. And then right down there, you can hear it, is the river. So we're really quite close to the water, which is nice. Legally far away, but close. And we're making our supper right now. We got supper almost ready here. We got pulled pork barbecue mac and cheese. It's looking pretty good.
I think the more it sits here,
got the site behind us. We got our bear cans hidden, so we're gonna get into bed, and it's just starting to get dark here. Don't know exactly what time we'll wake up yet, but figure it'll be at some point. There's Dad. So I'll check back in at breakfast in the morning. Good morning, this is day 2 on the trail. Had a nice campsite last night. Got down to about 35 degrees, but stayed pretty warm. This morning was a little chilly though, getting up and out of bed. It's absolutely beautiful out. The sun just came up a few minutes ago and came over the ridge. We're hoping to make about 5.5, maybe 6 miles today. Camp at the base of Donahue Pass and then tackle Donahue tomorrow morning. Got a stream crossing here, which is I think the last thing we want when it's already a cold morning. But there's a log up there that looks like we're gonna try and navigate across. There we go. Keep going. Just beautiful streams. I mean, look how beautiful this is. Just a few minutes ago we saw a brown bear ran right in front of us. There was a hiker coming from the opposite direction and I think he must have scared it up a bit. But it was just an incredible thing to see. Just ran right in front of us and then across the river and up onto the other side of the mountain. So neat. There's Dad over there. We're trying to get up. There's a waterfall right up there. So we're falling up the stream. We were just commenting, these are the first broadleaf trees we've seen this entire time. We're in kind of a little bit of an aspen grove here. And like I said, they're the first broadleaf trees we've seen this entire hike so far. So that's kind of cool. We're a little bit higher up. There's where we came from, right down there, down the meadow. Up there's where we're heading. We've gained about 1,000 feet so far since our campsite this morning, and we're still going up. Got about 3/4 of a mile to where we want to camp tonight, but really starting to feel the elevation now. We're currently at 9,900 feet, so pretty high up. Well, we decided to stop for the night and make camp at Lyle Forks is the name of this area. Just absolutely beautiful. We're at 10,200 feet elevation. We just finished having supper, had some kind of chicken noodle stuff. It was pretty good. It was warm and filling. Now we're getting ready for bed. And that's where we're heading up tomorrow, Donahue Pass. Just breaking up camp right now. Kind of a rough night last night, but we gotta get over Donahue Pass today, so we're gonna get started early. It's about 6:30 a.m. right now, Sun's just coming up. We just filled our waters, and now we're gonna head up Donahue Pass there, and you can see in the background with the snow caps. Right down there is where we just came from. Camped down there in that valley last night. We were right on the other side of that wide part of the river. Right there. First snow. We're at 10,600 feet right now. Here we are up on top of Donahue Pass. Actually, we went a little bit higher than Donahue Pass up onto a peak, but the view is phenomenal. Got the mountains. Down there is the valley where we started in. Just finished getting the tent set up and taking a little bit of a rest, and then I went and took a quick shower with some sun-warmed water. Now I'm in my clean camp clothes and feeling pretty good. We got a pretty nice spot here. We're just getting ready to cook some supper. Well, here we are, day 4 on the trail. We ended up getting up around 6 with the sun, and then broke camp at about 7:15. Nice night, stayed warm. You know, they talk about the day 3, day 4 switch, but boy, today kind of really feeling it. You know, last night, end of day 3, kind of feeling anxious, wanting to go home, thinking, I mean, you know, you love it out here, but thinking, man, this is kind of dumb. I just want to go home and sleep in my own bed. Now, waking up day 4, had a good night's sleep, feeling good, and, you know, kind of thinking, boy, I could stay out here for a long time. I'm not so sure I want to go home and go back to all the anxiety and stress of everyday life. But I suppose that's kind of selfish in a way. So, we got a few more days left. Plan on enjoying it. just crossed over, what's this called, Garnet Lake? Just crossed over Garnet Lake here. We were originally planning on camping here tonight, but it's kind of early in the day still, and it's very windy, so I think we're gonna try and keep going another mile or two and get out of the lake valley. We ended up taking a wrong turn at one point, had to backtrack a quarter of a mile, but we got here eventually, and the views are just breathtaking. Just resupplying on some water before we continue on. "10,000 feet. We got a snowman alongside the trail. This is not terribly fun to walk on. Alright, well, we made it to camp. We originally had planned on stopping at Garnet Lakes, but once we got there, there was just a lot of people and it was really windy, so we decided to keep going, which ended up pushing us to almost 6 miles today. But we made it here. We're doing okay. We're getting cleaned up. We have just a beautiful campsite here. And then tomorrow we're going to go almost to Reds Meadows. It's about 5:30 a.m., day 5. And right now we're just heading up a ledge to try and catch the sunrise before it comes up here in a few minutes. We're just leaving a little lake behind us called Gladys Lake. We stopped there for about, well, probably about an hour. We got cell service. We were able to see the Mammoth ski resort. Hung out there for a little while. Now we're gonna try and go another about 3-4 miles. There's a little lake off trail called Trinity Lakes. It's 2 or 3 little lakes. I'm guessing 3 because it's called Trinity. And I think that's where we're gonna try and make camp for tonight. Here's the view. I can't say for certain, but we might be lost. He's over there studying the GPS right now, trying to figure out where we are. Well, we made it to our campsite and had supper and got all cleaned up, and now we're gonna go to bed. We ended up going a little bit further today, almost to Reds Meadows, and then tomorrow we're gonna spend the day at Reds Meadows. All right, day 6 on the John Muir Trail. We kind of left camp a little bit later today. Didn't break until about 8:30. It was a beautiful campsite, but the thing was there was mosquitoes. First mosquitoes we've had of this trip, really. And they weren't really bad until around 8 a.m. The sun came up and hit our spot, and they just started waking up and attacking us. So we just got out of there. Got a little bit lost, I think, right now. I'm not sure if we're on the trail or not, but we're at Minaret Falls and just have a beautiful view. So we're gonna enjoy it for a few minutes. And short day today. We're just going to Reds Meadows, and then we're gonna explore around the area, go to Devil's Postpile and Rainbow Falls and that sort of stuff. Well, here we are at the Here we are at the Devil's Postpile National Monument Ranger Station. Kind of our first time back in civilization since we left Yosemite a week ago. They got restrooms and a water fill station, but everything's closed right now because the road here is closed, except for on the weekends. So today is Wednesday. So Friday morning is when we'll leave, but we'll have to figure out exactly where we're going to leave from. Just finished having a quick breakfast here. We used the bathrooms here there were some outlets, so we charged our devices, and then also took the opportunity to shave quick, and now we're gonna get back on the trail here and head to to Devil's Postpile. This is the ranger station, but there's the monument still. We're gonna go sightsee a little. Devil's Postpile, which national monument, yeah, which is basically a bunch of lava came through here at one point and made like these weird hexagonal towers, and then a glacier cut them all up, and so now you got like a tower, or a post pile they call it, I guess. There's kind of what it looks like. You can see it's like all hexagon, or all like pillars and stuff. See, these are kind of hexagonal looking post piles, I guess. I don't know. We walked up here without our packs on, just because we figured, boy, what if, you know, you're back to Minnesota and somebody says, oh, did you go to the top of the post piles? No. First time in California, last time for who knows how long, and didn't even go look at the top of the post piles. So now I can say I've done it. We just left Devil's Postpile, and now we're on our way to Reds Meadows to have lunch. But along the way, we met up again with some people that we've seen the last 2 days, LA and Georgia, and they were out looking for their map that they dropped. So now we're hiking back to the resort with them. Look at this meal. $19, but boy, does this look good. These are the free hiker bags of stuff that people have left and don't want. And a lot of really quality stuff in here. All for free. Look at all this meat and bars, and we're gonna load up our bear cans before we leave, I think. This is everything that we took from that hiker stash. Look at this. I mean, we got salami, we got blueberries, all beef sticks, liquid IV, baby powder, hand sanitizer, tuna. I mean, we got everything here. We already ate some of it, yeah, but we got a lot of stuff from there. This is our campsite for the night. We're in Reds Meadows campground, right next to a stream. It's kind of more of a established place tonight. Got the bear box right there, and then the detour for the PCT that we take back to our car goes right up there through the trees. Nice and close to the bathrooms. Real good spot. We got told there was a hot spring, and I think we found the hot springs, but boy, it's not really, it's more like a hot cesspool. I don't know. There's like some bricks down there and stuff. So I guess Dad's gonna get in. It's real hot though. It must be almost like real hot tub hot. Day 7 on the trail. It's 6:30 a.m. Just kind of starting to pack up camp here, having some breakfast, and then we're gonna hit the trail. We were gonna take the PCT up to Agnew Meadows, but there's a detour for a bridge out, and the detour goes right past our car. So we don't know for sure quite what we're doing yet, but that's probably what we'll end up doing. It's an absolutely beautiful morning out here on the trail. A lot of emotions going around, kind of. I think first, is thankfulness to God that we were able to come out here and experience this, and also thankfulness to all the other people who kind of allowed us to do this and are taking care of things back home for us. But also there's some sadness, that this is going to be our last day now on the trail. We kind of had hoped to go further than this, but just factors like our bodies not being acclimated enough to do the miles we need each day, and the convenience of exit points along the trail and where our car is. This just kind of ends up being where we have to leave the trail. But, so grateful that we got to come out here and see all this and how beautiful it's been. We're still on the PCT detour right now, which has been taking us on a lot of old Forest Service roads. And they're doing a lot of work in this area, it looks like, still. So it must be a lot of tracked machinery and stuff, it looks like. Long hike so far this morning. We started at, I think it was 7,600 feet, and our peak for today is going to be 9,300. So I don't know what it is, like 1,500 feet of elevation gain. And I am feeling it. We're about halfway up. Got about 800 feet left to go, I think, so I'll just keep trekking. Here we are at Mammoth Mountain Inn, where we stayed 7 nights ago. Something like that. We stayed last Thursday night here. So I think 7 nights ago or 8 nights ago or something like that. Almost back to the car now though. I don't know exactly what our mileage was, but our trip ends soon. Alright, and here it is. The old Minnesota Subaru. No broken windows. No bears got in.